Good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. When we last left off, we had Valentina arrive. Well, we eventually deorbited her. If you watched that whole thing, I do apologize. Tito is our... what's it called? Tourist, yes. Yeah, we just did Valentina, so she's nicely leveled up. She'll be able to do some stuff, so will Jebediah. And we got lots of Kerbals here that we could buy, but actually I'm going to use custom Kerbals. They actually just did an update for it, which makes it a lot easier to use. But we're not there yet. When we start to need more people for missions, we'll do that. One of the contracts I have, and I accepted a lot of contracts because I could, is space tourism, so we'll do that. Satellite. Oh yeah, these two satellite missions, they're really easy. We'll see those in a second, but they're good missions. And then it's really cool, you get procedural missions where you can edit these satellites' orbits. As long as you leave a satellite up there with lots of delta V, you can do a lot with it. We got a rescue and a rescue. One is really close to orbit of Kerbin. One is an orbit that's way out by the moon's orbit, or past the moon's orbit. Build an orbital space station with a antenna, docking port, generate power, space for at least 7 Kerbals, and a lot of electrical voltage. Oh, well, we have some time. We'll wait till we get some better, well, we start at least putting parts up there, but for that we might have to wait till we get better, what's it called? Better batteries. Anywho, we got a couple rescues and a rendezvous, so as long as you rendezvous 2 vessels, when you rescue the first guy, hey, that's a rendezvous. Explore the moon. So, we did parts of these, I think. So we still have to land on and spend time to get it from the moon. Then we'll get these bits and the completion. And we got to take a dude, Tito, into orbit. Above 75 kilometers for a duration of 4 hours. We'll do that. First, we got one for... Where'd it go? Testing something at the launch site. That's easy. Of course, we'll get here and I'll forget what it was. Alright, so what was that? Testing who we want now? No. Hydraulic detachment manifold. Okay, that's easy enough. Get a probe core. Great, and that should be under, structural. Hydraulic detachment manifold. Honestly, nothing is going to happen to this. But we make sure nothing happens to him. Let's just do this, just so it's up somewhere. Cool. We'll launch this. Yay for easy science, easy money. Oh, and actually, let's not test the clamp. Let's just move the detachment manifold down. We'll hit test. Poof. Oh, flew off. Yes, that's what they do. That completed the thing. Yay for a little bit of money, a little bit of science, a little bit of reputation. Cool. And recover. We'll recover those bits. We'll get the back. Cheap. Mission. Yep. Done. Close. Great. So I think the next missions I'm going to do are actually at least one of those satellite missions. I'll do the other one off camera because it's honestly the same thing. One's going to be launched. Well, here, let's look at them. Go to the Science Center. Oh, sorry, the survey? Whatever this place is called. But see, we got the green orbit and the red orbit, and I hope you can see it on YouTube. The green is orbiting this way. You should be able to see the little dots. So the green is orbiting counterclockwise, at least when looking down, and the red is orbiting clockwise. So I think we'll do the red one, because we'll have to launch and actually go to the west, which will take a little more delta V than going in the orbit of the planet. You could launch and then get out there and then flip it, and it's not going to be too terribly prohibitive for delta V, but it's a lot. It's actually a lot. So we're gonna launch westwards. We're gonna go for this red one, which is Moving Parts Experts Group. Moving parts experts group. Let's see. Active. Oh, there we go. Moving parts. Antenna and can generate power. And probe. Ooh, mystery goo and maintain stability. So we'll probably do a simple one. I might put on a quad core for some stuff. That's cool. In the meantime, though, actually, before I do that, I forgot to do that yet. Well, let's get what science we can. We got a fair amount of science from that mission to the moon. So let's go ahead and max out all of these guys, and then we might need to upgrade to purchase these, because right now we're maxed at spending 100 research units, and these are all more. Oh, 160. Yeah. So let's see, propulsion. Oh, these are small guys, but okay. So that gives us a solar particle collector and his thing. So that gives us a few other things. Ooh, nose cones are good. The octo core, which is cool for bigger ships. And the hydraulic manifold we tested. And the bigger radial decoupler, which is good to have once we get into bigger ships. Aerodynamics. Now we get some other other aviation parts, which are good. Different cockpit. And landing. We get the 2.5 meter heat shield and some bigger landing legs and the bigger parachute and the small landing gear. Alright, so yes. So we are maxed out on that level. We can't buy any of these yet. So let's go ahead. We got the credits. Kerbal Box, Spacebucks, whatever. EVAs and surface samples, and you can transfer resources. Oh, I didn't know you couldn't do that yet. So, yeah, we'll take that. Watch Science Center grow. Cool. We'll go back. Oh, let's see. How much are you? 400. Ooh, yeah, so for that one mission, we want to be able to store, I think, 5,000 units of power, which is a lot. I think that comes at the next one when you get, when you get into these guys, the Z1K, and the further on the Z4K, which are huge. The Z1K are pretty good. That'll give you 1,000. So we can put on, five of those, and we'll have plenty of power. But I do think I want this guy because it gets me a slightly bigger battery and more advanced photovoltaic panels, more solar panels. Some that are retractable, some that are not once they're launched. So these are good for ships that are going to enter the atmosphere or do flying on surfaces. These are good for satellites. Yeah. So we're going to get this one because that's really helpful to have. Structural things. Not really critical. A little better probe though. Oh, I do like that. What do I have? 160. Let's look at what else we have. We have, well, we get ladders. We get the science mobile processing lab, which is nice, and some other adapter doodads, which are good. Oh, here we're going to get some of the bigger... Oh, yeah, we'll want some of these when we get to building our orbital station. However, I do like having the Mark 1-2 command pod. But I think I want the better probe core, because we're going to be launching satellites a bit now. I'll take that, and then... Oh, we still have plenty. So I do think I want these guys. Let me look. Ooh, the mainsail. We're not going to launch any big ships yet, so actually I am going to take the Mark 1-2 command pod and the cupola, lander can, and the service bay. Oh, I don't usually use service bays. We'll use that. I use that later maybe if I build some what's it called? Rovers. But we'll take this for the cupola and the command pod. And now we can't really get anything else. But that's fine. We're going to build some satellites, send them into orbit, and they'll do their thing, get some Kerbal bucks, and yeah. Alright, so let's grab everything. Oh, grab everything. Come on. There you go. So the hex... Oh. Ah! So the hex has more to it. If you look at where it says... Whoop. SAS, ability program retrograde hold, whereas this guy does not. So we're going to start with that guy. He's going to... Hex. Right, that's what you are? Yes. So he's going to be our core, our probe core for this. Shift, zoom in. So, I think this requires anything of mystery goo, right? Mystery goo. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do the quad core. Ooh, this is fleshed out quite a bit, especially with the solar things. Ooh. Oh, it was right there. It was the last thing. Quad core. We'll make sure to throw a mystery goo container on there. What do we want? We'll do a magnetometer. I always like doing the magnetometers. Ooh, solar particle collection. We haven't done any of that yet. And that's a good one that can transmit stuff back too. We'll do orbital telescope again. Good, so that's the base for this guy. Oh, actually, oh man. Let me see, can I grab the quad core? Aha, yes, good. Oh, we don't have it yet, do we? Oh, we do. Oh, well, we have the little one. Yeah. Power becomes the big issue now. But with this guy and a Terrier, we can actually do quite a lot once that all gets up into orbit. That gives us a lot of delta V. That's a lot to wiggle around. Yes. On here though, we'll go ahead and add, because this guy's never going to go back into the atmosphere, so we can use the cheaper ones, because these guys, 380 versus the ones that are retractable, 440, 440, oh, so they're the same cost either way. But these are a bit cheaper. Boom. And those will deploy once we're up there, which is great. Generate that. Oh, and then of course we need a transmitter. Oh, we're just going to just keep it balanced. Alright, so that's our satellite that we're going to launch into orbit. So now we build out from there. Decoupler, of course. Did we get... Ah, yes, good. We have thuds. Those are great. Those are going to help us tremendously. Let's see. I think I built rockets like this before. Then when you put if you put a swivel on there, thrust to weight's okay, but it's not great. If we do a couple thuds, though, it'll help tremendously with our thrust to weight. Yeah, we can throttle back. Will be great. And these do gimbal a bit, so that'll help as well. So there's that. That's probably the intermediary stage. At the base of this, we're going to go ahead and put another decoupler. Yeah. And then, let's see, what do we want? If we do this, and another swivel. Yeah, that gets us a fair amount, and that's going to burn. Oh, see there. Here, aha! Here the thrust to weight's going to be rather pitiful. So again, thuds. Thrust to weight's much better, 1.49, so 1.5. I've launched rockets before without the thuds in the middle stage, and I've done this with some separators down here. Without the thuds in the middle stage, you'll fall quite a bit before you climb back up. But this, I think, should get us off the ground just fine. We're going to go ahead and add some aerodynamic stabilizers. Yes, that's evenly spaced. And of course, some launching clamps. Excellent. So there's our satellite with a total of 3493 atmospheric, 7160 vacuum. That should be plenty to get us into orbit and where we want to go. Actually, maybe not. Because altogether, yes, but so much of it is focused here. I really don't want that. Even if you just look at vacuum, so much of it is focused here. So we're actually going to, yeah, we are going to do that. Come on with me. Radial decouplers, some of the bigger ones here, good. And then, ooh, nope, of course not there. Thumpers. Alright, so that'll give us, yeah, that's not a bad delta, that's not a bad thrust weight ratio there itself. Good. Offset. You want to lower these guys so that they, where it decouples, they fly off that way. Cool. And then of course, a couple finishing touches here. Oh, where did it? There it is. And do I have? I do. Struts. Strut it up. And of course, these struts will break off when the separator happens. So let's check our staging. Go away. Solid rocket boosters. Yes. Separates. Those 3 guys fire. Separates there. These 3 fire. That should put us into orbit. And then the Terrier fires, and that does our final maneuvering out to final orbit. Excellent. This looks like it should work just fine. Let's get these stabilizers back on here. Go ahead and... Oh no, same stage. Yes. Uh-oh. What? Oh, it's too high. Well, actually, it's really not. It is a rather tall vessel. Gosh. There we go. Now I can see it all. There we go. Now we're short enough. Barely. Yes, excellent. Alright. So, let's see. Let's double check the mission parameters. I think they're both the same. Mystery goo. Sign, mystery goo. Yeah. Equatorial orbit. Oh, antenna. Generate power. Equatorial orbit. Mystery goo. Stability for 10 seconds. That's the same thing for both of them. So, probably able to use the same ship or the same satellite design for both. Sat 1. I go through and just name these Sat 1, Sat 2, Sat 3, Sat 4, etc., etc. Save and launch. Eek. Don't need surface. I'll take Delta V and orbit. So, not spacebar. M for maps. So we have two different satellite orbits we're going for. I'm going to go for the one that is counterclockwise here, the red one, the moving parts experts group, so that we have the slightly harder launch. We're going to pitch over to the west. Yeah. Let's get to it. And T. Aha, see these little guys? Once we get going, prograde, I can lock it on prograde. That'll make things easy. And there we go. Alright, so there's something a little weird with that launch. I wanted to tip south, which I do not want it to do. I want it to tip west. So we're going to try to get that prograde vector over to the west. Get us going that way. Come on. Come on. It's fighting me for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Alright, good. So we got on a nice 40-ish degree ascent. Oof. Most of that Delta V is already burnt out, though. Oh, that was interesting. It tipped over so far there. Very interesting. Whoa! about if we just lock prograde for now? Oh, wobbles. Yeah, there's something a little off with this design. I think in the next one I'll add some more reaction control. Oh, that's part of the problem. I need to add a reaction control wheel up top. That'll give us a little more control over this. It's supposed to adjust what the engines can do. Alright, so Apple is climbing. Ooh, we're hitting atmospheric effects. I don't really want to burn up too much. As long as we keep climbing. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna break orbit, which is great. Oh yeah, you know, I'm pressing the A key right now, and almost nothing is happening. This guy doesn't have much power for turning. So it requires thrust to move the thing around, at least at this size. I'm going to give it just a smidgen of thrust so that I can pitch it over, and we can start leveling out and start. Whoa. There we go. Alright, so we're out of the atmosphere. Time to apoapsis is dropping, so we're going to go ahead and increase that. Oh! Oh! So where the atmosphere solar panels have deployed? Probably because I still have that set from before. Whoop! There goes that. Whoa! Sheesh. Oh, you're locked prograde, that's why. Whew. It's like a prograde. We'll try to climb up a bit more. Here, Z. Unfortunately, the Terrier is very efficient, but not great at orbital insertion maneuvers. But I think we'll be okay. What does it want to do? No, not yet. Not while we're thrusting. Still climbing, but only for a little bit. This might be a failed launch. I'll have to switch back and go to an asparagus staging scenario. So we've just passed our apoapsis. But we are... I think we'll be okay. I think we'll make it into orbit. Yeah, it's... The arc, the blue arc there is spreading quick enough, I think. I'm not going to have that... well, honestly, if we have like 2,000 delta V left over, we'll be okay. I think I can salvage this and make it work. Ah! Boom! We're in orbit. Oh, that was smoother than I thought it would be. Alright. I don't know how long this is so far. Ooh, 25. Well, I'll cut pieces out here and there. You don't need to see a full launch and all the build. We'll see. So at this point, now all it takes is thrusting out, increasing your apoapsis out to there. Or out to here. Actually, we'll cover that in the next episode. I'm going to put a cut in here. Because that's going to take some fine-tuning and more explaining than I really want to squeeze into this as one video. So, we'll be back in just a bit with the next episode. I think this is 12. And, oh, there's the debris. Somebody have to rescue. This should be episode 12. So the next one, we'll get this satellite into orbit, will be episode 13. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like, hit subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, all those things. And I'll catch you later.